Hello and welcome to episode number 5 of FPV for Beginners, my little sign back there. So FPV stands for first person view. In order to get first person view, you have to put a camera on a drone, an FPV drone, and you then have to put goggles over your eyes so that you can see what the drone sees when it's flying, as in a first person view. So that's what we're going to look at in this episode. Here we go. Now, I've been in the FPV hobby for quite some time, and I was pretty smart when I started, and I said, you know what I see has to be really clear and a good signal, because if it's not a good signal, I'm going to lose my drone because everything's just going to go black. So I better get the best of the best. So back then, I purchased myself some FATSHARK goggles, and these have been my goggles of choice since. I have not upgraded them since. There's much better FATSHARK goggles on the market today, but I still use these ones. So let me just explain these type of goggles to you. So I'm going to stick it down and bring my camera nice and close. So if I look this way, and you can see over here where your eyes go, I have a screen for each eye. So inside these goggles are individual screens. That's a bonus. My goggles also have prescription lenses that I've added over time because I wear glasses and I have astigmatism, so one eye is a little bit different than the other. And there's prescription lenses in there, just like on my face right here, inside the goggles, so these only work for me and everything is crystal clear. Spinning it around on the top right here, that's a fan. If I spin it back this way, inside you can put a micro SD card to record your flight footage. On the side here, you have a battery that usually comes with your goggles. So you have a battery that provides power for your goggles. You do have to charge it. It doesn't come with a charging system. A lot of the new ones you can plug into a USB cable. I have a little USB slot there and charge them up. Now, a lot of times when you buy FATSHARK goggles, they do not come with the receiver to receive the video signal. You have to buy that separately, which is kind of silly. But FATSHARK does that because they know maybe you want a different type of receiver from a different type of company, or maybe you want something that does something different. So mine's upgraded. I have the FATSHARK rapid fire system right here. That's why it's red. I find it really good. It's got diversity antennas. I had to buy those separate. A lot of things you got to buy separate in goggles. So goggles can get kind of pricey. And these FATSHARK goggles are only for the analog FPV system, not the digital system. So let me move these aside and show you a different type of goggle. These are the Viper goggles. This is called a box goggle. A box goggle is basically a goggle that looks like you have a box on your head. Those would be the cheapest of the cheapest of the cheapest because it doesn't take a lot of technology to make a box goggle. It's not separate images for each eye. It's just one big screen that you're looking at straight ahead. These are a little bit different. They were designed for people with glasses. So if you wear glasses, these are the goggles for you. I've done a review on them in the past. They fit over your glasses very nicely. And they come with a bonus. So you get diversity antennas. It comes with 2 antennas up here for diversity, which means if your drone is going this way or that way, you don't have to turn your head to follow it. It just gets the signal and all over the place, and your image should look clear. Also, it has this bonus option. If I do this, I can pull this screen out, which is the screen, and I can stick this someplace else and watch the video. You have this little screen with the diversity antennas up top. It does take a micro SD card on the side so you can record your flight footage, and it does have an HDMI input here so you can run an HDMI cable into it and watch HDMI video as well. So a lot of people like these when they're working on their bench or use it externally to show somebody else the video. You just pull it out and just play back the video to show somebody else the flight, or for yourself to watch your flights, or leave it outside the headset and watch other people's flights just by holding this in your hand. So that's the Viper system, and I have these because they were sent to me for review a long time ago. I've used them a few times when I didn't want to take my glasses off, or I loan them to people who wear glasses. No one's had any complaints. They seem to work quite well. So the price of these, I have no idea. But through the power of the internet, I'm putting it up here because I've looked it up online, and that's how much they cost right now. And I'll put a link below this video to where you can find them. Next, if you get into digital FPV, there's only one brand on the market, and that would be the DJI FPV Digital Goggles. So this is for their digital system. These goggles are top of the line because they're the only ones that exist. I actually like them. You know, a lot of people at first when they came out, they weren't too fussy about them because they're different. But the resolution on the screen is amazing. It's very immersive. It's really good. Comes with a micro SD slot, so you can put a micro SD card on just like these other goggles and record your video. And since they're digital and they're goggles and they're DJI and they work with the DJI system, this actually works as a unit for controlling the DJI system. Unlike these other goggles, they're just dumb machines. They just receive information, record information. This receives information and also sends information out. So I can record the camera unit on my drones with this by pressing buttons up top, selecting different menus, and doing all sorts of stuff. So very high tech. Currently, as of the recording of this video, these are the only goggles you can buy for digital. Super long flight range with these 4 antennas in the front there. These are antennas. There's 4 of them. Super long flight range. The only bad thing is you cannot put different optical lenses in it if you have a different prescription. But if you do wear glasses, you can fit them over your glasses. Watch this. There you go. As long as you don't have glasses with big borders or anything like that, you can fit them over top. So you can fly with your glasses if you wish. I'll put the price of the DJI goggles right up here so you can check them out. If you get into the digital system, this is all you'll ever need. This is pretty decent. So now I have my laptop out, and the reason it's out is because I'm looking on the getfpv.com website for goggles, and the goggles they sell the most would be the FATSHARKs, and that's what I'm going to recommend to you because I've had great experience with FATSHARK. They've never let me down. They're not cheap. They're not crappy in any way. They're really good. So I highly suggest that if you're going to go with a set of goggles that are not box goggles, but your normal goggles like this, you get FATSHARKs. So I'm looking on here to find some FATSHARKs that are really good. And I think I found a pair that I highly recommend. I don't have them myself, haven't tested them out, but I would recommend these ones. They are called the FATSHARK Attitude V5 FPV Goggles. According to the screen on Get FPV, they are $329. Yeah, it seems quite a bit. That's $329 US. They're green in color. This is a pair you would keep for a long time. So what's really good about them is they have 2 receivers. So you got diversity, antenna, and they actually have a fan on top. They have a built-in DVR to record your video. And the screens are not LCD. These ones here are like LCD screens. They're the higher level. They're OLED, which means blacks look black and bright colors look bright colors. So all in all, a really good pair of goggles. If it's your first time getting into FPV with goggles, this would be a good option. Let me show you a lesser priced pair. So the bottom of the barrel FATSHARK goggles, which are box goggles, are $68.99. $68.99, and they're called the FATSHARK Recon V2 FPV Goggles. And yeah, I've never tried them, but they'd be like this. They wouldn't fit over your glasses because they look pretty small. I'm looking at them there. Does not have diversity antennas. They're enough to get you started. And finally, if you want to go with the most expensive pair of FATSHARKs that are the best of everything else on the market, because you know you're going to be in the FPV hobby for a very long time, they're going to cost you $499. Prices up here, $499 US dollars. Those are the FATSHARK Dominator HDO2 FPV goggles. They are the best of the best of the best. I would love to have a pair. I haven't purchased a pair yet. Maybe you'll see me with a pair soon, but I'm still enjoying these, but they're better than these. The image is better than what's in here. So the HDO2s, that is the top of the line. If you can afford it, yeah, get it, because it's pretty darn awesome. So there you go. If you get any of the FPV goggles I talked about in this video, even if you can find the old ones I had or even my old HD3s someplace, then you're going to be all set in the FPV drone hobby. Links to everything I just mentioned will be below. I'll put several websites where I can find these goggles on, and there'll be links to them, and you can go and get yourself a pair, because if you're in the FPV hobby, you're going to need a good pair of FPV goggles. Thanks for watching this video on FPV goggles. If you have any questions, post them below and I will get back to you with an answer. Stay tuned for episode number 6, where we get into battery chargers. You know, everything works with a LiPo battery. You're going to have to get a battery charger and then learn how to use it. So in episode 6, we'll talk about battery chargers, some inexpensive ones that are really good. All right, until then, thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you later. Bye.